Welcome back to Shamoos with Sammy Sam. How are you guys doing? Please leave it down in the comments. We're gonna get straight into this video. We're not gonna waste any time. But before we do that, do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Let's get on with the video. Okay, so the first question is from the middleman. What's up, Sam? I'm in a sticky situation. My friend of 4 years just broke up with his girlfriend of 2 years. I'm also friends with her. He's been dogging her bad since they broke up. He talks so much trash about her, but he lives with her and her family. I don't know if I should tell her about the things he's been saying, but that's not the worst part. He just started seeing this girl he met 3 days ago, and he's already trying to get serious with her when he just broke up with his ex 2 weeks ago. I feel like I'm stuck in the middle because I'm friends with them both. Should I say something or should I keep quiet? I feel like it is always hard being the middleman. However, a really good way to kind of stay neutral, try to keep it separate to them and you don't share information. So it's not really your responsibility or your place really to transfer information from one party to the other. Now, what you can do is respectfully ask him, like, hey, bro, I'm friends with X, Y, and Z. I don't feel comfortable with you talking about her to me. He just can't tell you certain things about her, and she won't tell you anything about him, and you just kind of stay neutral if you want to remain friends with the both of them. Because it is hard, but what I have seen, not that this would happen to you, but what I have seen is that you playing the middleman, you might say something to her like, hey, he's been dogging you out, or he's dating this new girl, he's doing this, and then all of a sudden, in the end, you're gonna look like the instigator, the one that's been trying to cause a problem or start a problem. So I do advise for you to just try to stay neutral. I know it's hard to have like these two people that you care about going at it or not on good terms, but if you do truly want to stay friends with the both of them, you need to kind of just tell both of them, hey, look, we can't really talk. I don't really feel comfortable with you talking about her, and I don't really feel comfortable with you talking about him. So let's just talk about our relationship, because that's what matters. The fact that you guys are still friends. So focus on y'all's relationship and not theirs. So I hope that you guys' friendships can still flourish even with the divide. Okay, so before we get into the next question, I just wanted to say I'm so excited that this week is Valentine's Day week. And not only is it Valentine's Day week, it is the first week that we're actually going to be posting on Wednesday. And it's going to be the first Shamoos with Sam Topic Wednesday. So all you simply have to do is submit a topic and I will pick one and talk about it every single Wednesday. For Valentine's Day, I kind of wanted to do something cute. So if there's anybody out there in relationships and you guys want to share your love story, share how your relationship is going, please submit those on the Shamoos with Sam tab on my website at SamiraAmira.com. Love stories. Also for my singles, I want to know why you're not in a relationship, what has been holding you back from being in a relationship, and just why you haven't been dating or have you been dating. I want to know everything. That video will be going live on Friday, Valentine's Day, February 14th. So I actually need those questions submitted by at least Thursday so that I have it out early Valentine's Day morning. Moving on to the next question. So this question is from Torn. So Torn said, I have some unresolved childhood issues with my father that I would like to talk to him about. However, he sometimes gets upset when I bring up the past. I feel like this conversation is necessary, being that I'm trying to make some real life changes. How should I address it And what if he does not want to discuss it? Okay, for one, I'm so happy that you're getting ready to make some real life changes. That sounds really good and really positive. Now, as far as your father getting upset with talking about the past, I think that understanding kind of comes into play. Sometimes it may be hard for one to talk about certain things, even if they've done something to hurt you. I feel like it's all about the way that you approach the problem. So when you go to your father, I don't know what way you went to him in the past, but if you did it that way and it didn't work out, then maybe you should try a different approach. So think about all of like your father's qualities and his characteristics, and when is it easier to talk to him and what time of day? What is he going to be the most responsive to? When you figure those things out, then you'll be able to have a conversation with him that will probably go off better than the ones you may have had before. There was a question last week where I talked about closure. I was telling them that after speaking to their friend about the issue, hopefully they would have been able to get closure. But then I also said that if they did not get closure from the situation, that they would also be okay. And I say that, and I want to say the same thing to you pertaining to your father, because if you don't necessarily get a chance to speak to him, or he doesn't want to speak about it, you still have to make the first step in trying to move past the situation and just trying to work on yourself and heal yourself, because I have personally been through that, where I was not able to get closure from certain situations, but I had to, at a certain point, take responsibility for myself, knowing that like I cannot allow that to affect me any further as far as moving forward with my life, because these situations can kind of have a hold on you. So like I said, approach your father in a way that you've never done before. Try to make it original, like tailor it to him and what you feel like he would be most responsive to. But if you don't get that response, it is okay. Like it might be a little bit harder, I'm not gonna lie, just to take that responsibility for yourself and to really figure out how to move past that hurt or that situation that you've been through. But it can be done, and it has to be done, because you can't sit around waiting for someone to be ready to talk for you to live your life or move on to the next level. We can't allow these things to hold us back. You know, I actually want to talk a lot more about what steps you can take to actually start to take responsibilities for your own action and move past that. So I'll definitely save that for a topic video on a Wednesday. You're going to be fine. Just prepare for the conversation. I always tell people to gather yourself before you go into those conversations, because once you have the person right where you want them and they're actually talking to you and giving you those answers, you want to make sure that you're asking the right questions and really getting what you went into that conversation to get. You don't want to be a couple hours out of the conversation like, man, I should have asked that, because you can't. I mean, you can, but you might not get the same response trying to bring it up again. So have your points and your questions written down, ready to go, clear and ready to go, so you can get all the answers that you need. I wish you all the best with this conversation. And no matter what happens, whether it happens or not, just know that you will be okay. And we're going to talk a little bit more later on about how to take responsibility for yourself and how to move on even without that closure. So wishing you all the best. So we're moving on to the last and final question. This question is from Misguided. So Misguided said, hi, so a few years ago, my boyfriend gave me an STD and I was upset. But long story short, I decided to forgive him and gave him another chance. Fast forward to about this week. He gave me another STD. I really love him and wanted us to work, but I might truly have to leave him this time. What do you think, Sam? I'm not gonna directly say that you should leave your boyfriend, because ultimately that decision is up to you. However, I always tell whoever I'm talking to, when I give them advice, that I don't care what you and your significant other is going through, as long as your life, your health, as long as your life and your health is not put into jeopardy, or your mental, emotional, physical, what you're physically, mentally, spiritually, like, as long as those things are not put at risk, then I feel like you should go and try to work it out. Not saying that you should not try and work it out. A conversation always has to happen. I'm an advocate of communication. I feel like no matter what the situation is, no matter what goes down, you have to communicate and you have to ask those questions and have that hard conversation. Everything starts with a hard conversation. However, you cannot keep risking your health. Your health is at risk. And I don't know exactly what type of STD it is, but you know, some STDs, as we all know, we're all grown, we know that some of them can be treated and some of them cannot be treated. So you don't want it to get to a point where one day, because of one action of someone else, on someone else's part, when you're playing your part perfectly well, but someone else isn't playing their part, for that action to literally change your life for the rest of your life. So I don't want to say that you should necessarily leave him, but your health is at risk. So you have to kind of think about those things and kind of make a decision from that. Understand that you truly love and care about someone. You want to, you know, be with them. You want to understand them. But it's all about the actions that he's taken and what he's showing you, you know? So if he keeps doing the same thing, especially in such a drastic way to where it's affecting your health, I think that it's going to be a huge conversation and that you're going to have some huge decisions to make. I wish you all the best. I hope that your health gets better, and I hope that you just take care of yourself and remain strong. And you'll get through it. Those are all of the questions for this episode. If you did not catch my last episode, which was the first episode, I will link it somewhere on this screen so you can check it out. Be sure to submit your topics for our first Schmooze with Sam Topic Wednesdays. And be sure to submit your love stories, your relationship stories, what's going on in your relationship, how y'all do, how are you guys doing, and make sure for my singles, you're submitting why you're single, if you're dating, why you don't want to date, all of that stuff for our Valentine's Day special. I am so excited that I can celebrate it with you guys. Until next time, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I will see you guys in my next video. Thank you guys so much for watching.